Welcome to Om Times TV, a division of Om Times Media and Broadcasting.
Consistently attract soulmate clients. Begin showing up on brand, monetizing on your calling. Welcome all spiritual coaches, leaders, healers, light workers, and practitioners to a show that turns you on in your business and amplifies your magnetism. I'm host, catalyst, and spiritual business coach Rosalyn Fung, and I'm here to journey with you into the juicy and help you discover where the real gaps are. Ignite your mindset and soul with strategies and systems as each episode takes you to the sweet spots that activate your soulgasmic business. Enjoy this light language activation as we begin to magnetize and monetize. Hello, loves. Welcome to a solo episode with myself. I'm very excited to be speaking to you and sharing things with you that normally I only share with my inner circle, my paying clients, and you get all this yummy juiciness around how to craft your signature talk to sell your transformational program, to grow your coaching business. Now, speaking, if you didn't know, is the quickest way to grow your business. And think about it, because you're speaking one, yourself, to many, right? And so it's the method, I will say, that I stand by in terms of whether it's online or in person. Now, caveat is that it's got to be structured in in a way where you are able to really promote yourself, give, of course, always giving value, promoting yourself, and then really calling in the full body yes clients to convert. So I'm going to show you how to do that today at a high level and ingredients that would support you to consider when you're crafting your talk. Speaking helped me grow my self-love coaching business, which was the first year. I've been in business for 5 years now. My first year, I was titling myself as a self-love coach. I'll share a little bit more about my journey and how I got started with speaking and how it's grown and my business into 6 figures in the first year, and only working part-time as a self-love coach. Okay. So if you're like, what? I'm so excited to share this with you. Speaking has also helped me sell out my group therapy programs when I was a psychologist in private practice. All right. So this is why I stand behind speaking. So besides sharing my own journey, I'm going to share with you again, like I said, the ingredients to craft your talk. Take consideration of the critical aspects when you're thinking about speaking and how to know what to talk about. I know that I was just recently on this past weekend, so we're recording this live on Corey Poirier's speaker, podcaster, and writers with 3-day boot camp, which was fire. We had like 300 people. I spoke about the 8 P's of speaking for visibility, soul impacts, and soul income. And I will be putting that out as a masterclass later on. So stay tuned. Okay, make sure you're on my email list. You can get yourself your booty in that so that you don't miss out. And then also, I really want to say that, like, on this summit, I got to laser coach 20 incredible souls, entrepreneurs who are here to really like get out of their own way and really get themselves more visible in a bold and unapologetic way. And so you would have seen, if you're checking out my social media, you will be seeing some testimonials from those laser coaching. So I was so inspired by some of those questions. I'll be bringing them in here. And one of them was like, as heart-driven coaches, spiritualpreneurs, it's like you have so many ideas. You probably are like me, where you are multidimensional, you're multi-passionate, and you have so many things you want to talk about. How do you know how to hone it into one talk, one signature talk? So I will address that as well, and really give you the formula for creating a successful signature talk. I want you guys to win. I want you to get yourself out there boldly and unapologetically, grow your visibility, and really create that impacts, and not just impacts, because let's face it, if you ain't monetizing, it's not a business, right? So it's important for both. And you all know I love having moneygasms. I love helping people have moneygasms. It is so much fun when my clients are messaging me, telling me they're having record-breaking months, making 10K months, things like that. It's so exciting. So after this talk today, if you're like, oh my God, I need to figure out how to take all of this, and I want to grow my business, you're on fire. I am taking 4 new clients. We just had a spot taken, so 3 new clients for November. And so I invite you to go to electrifymybusiness.com to book in a free business soul alignment discovery call with me. And let's see how I can best support you to get yourself out there and making soul impacts and soul income. All right, my loves. Let's tune in. So in terms of how I got started, when I think back to being when I started my speaking career, I would say it started informally as a teenager in karate, actually, because I started at around 14 years old, needing to stand in front of adults, in front of kids to teach. And so I would say that karate has been such a huge impact in helping me build my confidence to speak in front of people. I know that many people, and research shows this, would rather die over public speaking, right? Like, it really is a big fear for a lot of people. So I don't want to minimize that, but I also want to say, because it's at the very core of us, we want to feel loved, safe, and belong. The biggest reason why we have fear in putting ourselves out there and speaking is because we fear rejection. Think about it. If you just stood up right now, there's no one around, and you just spoke, you might feel a little silly, right? But if you spoke, you wouldn't be scared about being rejected. But imagine now speaking to even one person, even 2, 3, 5, right? And then it grows 100, thousands, right? Now all these people are in front of you, and you're like, oh my God. So I want you to start from this place of remembering you are here to be in service. You are not for everybody. I know I say this a lot. I know I'm not for everybody. In fact, you guys have probably seen my branding photo of me wearing that shirt, right? Because here's the thing. And unfortunately, I can't remember the specific stats, like the exact stats on this, but as soon as you step on a stage in a big, let's say in a crowd of 100 people, there are going to be like 2 to 3 people who are immediately, without knowing you, going to be like, oh, I don't like that person. They don't know you, but immediately that's what's going to happen. You don't have control over that. Okay. And then they're going to be probably around the same amount of people who also don't know you. And they're going to be like, dang, as soon as you start opening your mouth, they're all of a sudden are like in love with you. Okay. Yes. Your energy introduces you. And then the majority of people are here just checking you out. Some people here are new to this, watching this TV show, listening to this podcast, and most of you are probably just checking it out. And that is cool. That's who we are here to really show up and serve. We don't have control over what's happening in the audience. We have control over how we show up, how we share our message, and give value, the value we give. Now, value is also a perception, right? So people in the audience, if they don't really align with what you're talking about, it's not really their area of interest, it's not going to be that valuable to them. This is why it's really important, like I teach my clients, how to grow and build your aligned audience, your aligned prospects, right? Calling in your full body yes clients. You want to, first of all, get in front of the right audience. Yeah. And so when you're in front of the right audience, this is where they will find value in it. Again, as soon as you step on stage, in whatever medium that is, there's going to be 2 to 3 people who are like going to judge you and just not like you. All good. And then the opposite will happen. Okay. So I hope that makes you feel better if you've been feeling scared about feeling rejected. You're not talking to those people then. Okay. You're not talking to the people who are judging you negatively, who don't find value in what you're saying. You're speaking to the people who, like on my show today, are wondering, how do I craft my talk, my signature talk, so that I can call in my full body yes clients? Yeah? All right. And so if you're live in the chat box, hello, my loves, as we're filming this live on my Facebook page, Rosalyn Fung Coaching Bold Sexy Warrior. Thank you so much for being here, Amy. I see Tara. I see a Facebook user. I'm sorry I can't see your name, my loves, but I really appreciate you showing up live. This is awesome. And do type in your questions as I am jamming and channeling and flowing and bringing my business coaching hat. Thank you, Tara, for being new here. I'm so happy you found this. Hi, Jennifer. So good. I love it. All right, my loves. So let's go back to my story about speaking as a 14-year-old in front of my students. I was a green belt. So it's green and then brown stripe and then black belt. Okay. So I'm still, learning myself. And I mean, really the learning never stops, but I had to already just quickly build my confidence to speak. And I was confident in understanding, because I'm very technical, and that also means also in business, I'm very technical. I pay attention to the details. It's really important. And so as a karate teacher, I was very technical in my techniques and I knew my shit. And so I was confident to teach because I knew my shit, right? I honestly don't remember being worried about what other people thought, just because I was so confident in teaching them. And I was so excited to see people progressing, the kids, the adults. I was teaching people who were like 40 plus. It was so fun. And then I'm just like, okay, I can do this. And people really respected me as a teacher, even though I was a teenager, right? And so it just helped me build my confidence to get in front of people and keep speaking. So fast forward, I'm a registered psychologist. I specialize in food and body image. I'm certified in eating psychology. So those of you who are new here, I'll drop a link to some of my talks. If you go on my website, rosalynfung.com, under work with me, you'll see the speaker info. There's me speaking. And then that's where I'm sharing about my story, my journey of how I struggled with body image. And so you can find that on my YouTube channel as well, Rosalyn Fung. And so with this, I was helping other women. Really, I've created group coaching as a therapist, group therapy programs on how to love yourself. And doorways in were through loving your body and having a healthier, loving relationship with food. I personally had struggled with disordered eating, so I didn't meet the criteria for a clinical eating disorder, but I, like most women and most girls, fell in the cracks of disordered eating. And so I wanted to help other women learn who were struggling just like I did, how to have a healthier relationship. So I went around. So here's the thing, when you have your signature talk, now it's one talk, and you get in front of audiences, okay, that you're giving value to. So I collaborated as a psychologist back then with yoga studios, with gyms, with holistic nutritionists who themselves had people that they could bring me in front of. This is where you can think about who are my people I could connect with, collaborate with. We have the same clients, we complement each other's work. Okay. And so that's how I went around selling out my group therapy programs. I had wait lists. And so I would then have those people who were on the wait list come see me one-on-one, or then one-on-one clients also saw me in group therapy. So it was really beautiful in terms of this flow because they also then had community. So that grew my business really quickly. And I was actually this would have been back in 2014. I was on mat leave with my now 8-year-old son, Logan. And he, as a boss mom, what else are you going to do when you're nursing your child? Watch master classes, of course. And so that's how I started getting into the world of speaking selling. As I was watching a coach and I was like, oh my God, she's making this sound so easy. Yes. And I joined her program. And then that was my very, very first investment in any sort of coaching program. I didn't even know about this world of coaching. And so once I moved into there, it was a group coaching program. I loved it. I got to meet so many amazing, incredible people that I still keep in touch with today. And I met my next coach actually from that. Just so cool. And a different coach for Masterminds and Millions. So it's just lots of different ways in how, as you grow, as you get more visible, as you make more connections. This is why I say relationships are currency. Your business grows really quickly because you actually care and you're making efforts to build relationships with your heart and also thinking strategically. All right. This is what I teach my clients in my inner circle, how to actually build authentic relationships. Okay. Because we all know those people who DM us and sell us right on the first message. Don't be those people. Okay. Build authentic relationships. Yeah. So if you're like, oh no, I am one of those people, like DM me and tell me like you need some support. I'd love to support you because that is not the way to go. All right. And often I think for most of us here, we probably friend zone ourselves a little too much. Yeah. Can I get I know you do because my clients tell me that I'm friend zoning myself. I mean, I've been there too. So this is about taking leadership. So anyways, another topic for another day. Coming back to my own journey. So that's basically what happened was I started on mat leave and then I was watching masterclass and then I joined the group coaching program. That was the next thing I knew. And then I started speaking and selling once I finished my mat leave. Because I was in private practice the whole time. Of course, as a psychologist in private practice, you're not getting any sort of compensation or benefits, right? When you're on mat leave, you're not getting paid. And so this was also why it inspired me to think bigger when I was watching this masterclass. I'm like, oh my God, I work dollars for hours. I need to think differently here. Like now that I have 2 young boys, my other son is 2 years older. I want to spend more time with my kids. I don't want to be working to the bone, although I loved being a psychologist, but I was seeing 7 clients a day, my loves. Yes, 7 therapy clients a day. That's a lot, right? And even though I love the work, that means time away from my kids and from my husband and my family. And I think for many of us, those of you who are parents can really relate with this, right? That's like a turning point. It's a wake-up call to be like, how do I actually want to go into relationship with my business? And how do I quote unquote balance that? Because I don't think there's any such thing as balance, but find the yin and yang with that so that it feels in flow. It feels like it feels so good to the way you're managing your energy and your time and your presence in your business, in your family life, with your self-care, right? Because most moms put themselves on the back burner. So this was really important for me to reevaluate now that I was a mom of 2 young boys. And so that's why I decided to scale my business with group therapy. And how was I going to fill in all these people? By speaking and selling. All right. So I hope you get the point of how important speaking and selling is. And so today with my clients, because my clients are life and spiritual coaches predominantly, um, I help them craft their signature masterclass so that, and of course, build their audience. And that way they can speak and sell people into their offer. And so I'm going to tell you today some of the ingredients of these things to consider. Okay. And again, if you're feeling called to explore the details a little bit deeper and have me support you and coach you, this is absolutely something I do. Okay. Let's see here. I've got my notes so I stay on track. So the first thing is, most important, you got to be so crystal clear about who you are speaking to. This is why it's important to niche. I know there's a lot of mixed information out there. Some coaches' philosophy is don't niche. You're limiting yourself. That's not mine. I'm just going to stand behind it. Okay. Because if you speak to everybody, you sell to nobody. Like, it's just like nobody's going to come in. If you're trying to sell everybody, nobody's going to come in. But it's kind of like, think about a lamp that you turn on in the living room. It lights up the room. But if you are the laser beam, think about that. Laser beam can cut through a diamond. Then you're going to call in more people quicker. Now, I know some of you are like, yeah, but I can help everybody. I can help anybody. I know, me too. I was there. But it's not going to help you. Okay. So it doesn't mean that people who are maybe like 45 degrees off from who your ideal client is can't work with you. So a really simple general example is if you hear my marketing, I mostly speak to women. I have male clients, okay? Because they also see that what I offer will serve and support them. So I co-create packages with them. It doesn't stop me. And so, I work with healers. I work with light workers, but in my marketing, I've gotten even more clear to say spiritual and life coaches. I could say coaches and leave it like that, but what kind of coaches? I can work with personal training coaches. I can work with financial coaches. Yes, but if I try to put in all of those, again, it's going to take me longer to get clients in the door. So same for you. Okay, so niche. I know it's one of the scariest things, but the more you niche, then you have more clarity about, well, who else has the same audience? I can go and speak in front of their audience. I can go and connect with those people. We can create a win-win-win situation and speak in front of that audience. Okay, and so that's called joint venturing. I also teach that to my clients in my programs. So recently, actually on the weekend, I had a laser coaching session with an incredible coach, and she's been having a lot of struggles. Like, her content's been really good, but she's been having a lot of struggles converting people. So see if this is you too, where she gets a lot of you're so inspiring, but nobody's coming into her program to work with her. So when I peeled back the curtains a little bit more, I got really clear with her. This title doesn't suit you. Who you're trying to call in doesn't suit what you're actually about. And so I was able to help her realign with her niche and her messaging around that. So it'll be interesting to see how that will shift. I know that when I do that with my clients, things happen more quickly with regard to calling in more full body yes clients for themselves. Okay. So sometimes that's why it's really important to have a coach, because you can't see the forest from the trees when you're in your own business. That's why I love having my own coach. Right. And even when I'm crafting my own talk, like I'm going to Miami to speak in a couple weeks here, I hired my girlfriend, who's my copywriting coach and PR coach for my clients in Soul Ascension Business Academy, my 1-year mastermind hybrid group coaching and 1-1 program. I hired her to help me craft my talk because, number one, it is so much more fun to be working with somebody who's an expert in what they do. And number two, I love fresh ideas. I love somebody else just coming in, just being like, here's like a template, here's like an angle we could take, and it helps me get even more expansive and creative. Be like, yeah, and we started flowing and jamming. That's what I love to do with my clients too. So, so fun to do that. Now, let's assume you've clear about your niche. Let's assume you've got the aligned audience in front of you. Okay. When you're crafting your talk, it's super important to have hook questions. Do you notice that when I'm marketing my episodes, you see that I start with questions? There's a strategy behind that so that I am calling in the aligned clients. Those of you who are watching this, hi Travis, hi Erin, hi Kara, by the way. Oh my God, I love that there's so many people here. This is because I am clear who I'm calling in. I'm letting you know the value from this episode. And if these people are like, yes, I need to learn how to, for example, craft my signature talk, this would be an episode I'm watching then, right? So you can do the same in content marketing, by the way, when you're calling in your clients for your programs, for your masterclass, for whatever it is that you're offering. That's important. Get really clear. So hook questions, and in the actual talk, hook questions to confirm you're in the right place. Okay. And then you'll be sharing what you will be delivering. This is the promise of your talk, so that people who are coming in know that this is going to be valuable for them. You are not going to waste their time. They're not going to waste your time. Okay, that it's a good fit. You're giving them promise, and it allows them to go, yes, I can't wait to like stay here and learn and soak in the value. And oftentimes, I suggest you can say, if those of you who decide after this masterclass you want to dive deeper with me and work with me, I'm going to be sharing a way in how you can do that, so that there are no surprises that you are going to be pitching in your masterclass. And for those of you, like, show me as you're live here, have you ever gone and put a talk out and not make an offer? And people come up and they're like, that was so inspiring, that was so good, but then nothing happens. There's no follow, like nothing. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? That used to be me as well. And so I want you to think about this, because I know some people also struggle with selling at a talk. You are doing yourself, your business, a disservice if you don't sell. You are doing the people who are like gobbling up your information a disservice to them too, because you're not telling them what the next steps are. Yeah? So it's really important to sell. I'm going to share later on, as I'm going through this method, what if you can't sell? What do you do instead? So I'm going to share that later. Okay. So we are going to need to take a commercial break. So I'm just going to quickly review. Get in front of the right audience, which means your niche, your messaging has to be clear. Think about who are the people who you can collaborate with. Get in front of their audiences. You can do exchanges like that, right? Be joint ventures for each other, affiliate partners with each other. Referral partners would be another word for that. Okay. And when you start your talk, start with hook questions and deliver, let them know, your promise of being here in this talk. So I'm going to let you sit with that as we go into commercial. And when we come back, I'll share the other important ingredients. Let me know in the chat box as you're here, your takeaways so far and your questions. I'm watching. You guys are amazing.
Om Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Om Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Om Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Om Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
Are you feeling maxed out working one-on-one with clients and you're deeply desiring to scale your business for more time freedom without sacrificing your income, but rather expanding it? Many of my clients who are light workers, healers, practitioners, and even coaches, they're often multi-modality, are coming to me because they are sick and tired of working with clients on a one-off session model where the clients are coming in on an as-need basis. Or if they're selling packages, they are selling them in the sense of buy 5, get 1 free, or the greater the number of sessions, the greater the discount. The problem with this is it's still a dollar for hours business model. And so that leaves the practitioner feeling really exhausted and overwhelmed from having to put so much time, effort, and energy in finding new clients that they're not operating in their most elevated self with their current clients. And so if this is you, I would love to share with you that it's time to elevate your business and scale it to sell high ticket one-on-one programs or even group programs. This will allow you to have more deeper impacts because you're raising your clients' results, you're scaling your business, and you're having that time freedom you deeply are yearning for. If this is resonating with you, love, I'd love to invite you to come on a soul business alignment call with me so that you can stop feeling like you're on this roller coaster ride and start to feel safe and stable and even having fun in your business and your finances. Please go to electrifymybusiness.com to apply and we'll hop on a call. I can't wait to connect.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back, my loves. All right, let's go right into the next step. So after you share your promise, this is now where you're going to be sharing your story. Okay, and I know that all of us have lots of stories. So you're going to choose the one that resonates most with your audience to help them feel inspired, help them understand and relate with where your own struggles, where they might be struggling with it right now themselves, and how you can help them because you've gone through it yourself, that into the transformation. Okay, and so that's why today I shared with you where I got my speaking from and my journey in that. In fact, I don't think I've shared that part of my story before, so very fun. Okay, and so once you share your story, it is an opportunity to also have your audience see the humanness of you and connect a little bit more on that authentic level. Okay. And so from there, then you share your personal method. I will say this is one of my favorite things to jam on with my clients is to help them create their personal method, their signature that they support their clients in from struggle to transformation. So for example, my BOLD method, the BOLD is actually an acronym. And in my BOLD method, I help people go from feeling invisible or like, so how do I stand out in this noisy ass crowd and feeling like I am floundering. I don't know how to market myself. I don't know how to attract clients to feeling confident, bold, and unapologetic in marketing their coaching business and attracting full body yes clients. And if you're like, Roz, what is this? And you haven't checked it out yet, I have a free masterclass called, surprise, surprise, how to boldly and unapologetically market your coaching biz and attract full buy yes clients. It is in the show notes. I'll drop it in the Facebook feed here as well, so that you can go and grab that, okay? Because it is a very juicy masterclass. And this is what I teach my clients. You got to put out a masterclass that converts. All right. And so this is a masterclass I had so much fun on in jamming, and you'll feel the fun, you'll feel the vibes, you'll feel the activations, because that's where there are activations in there. You can feel it. It's really important to me that my clients, I'm always about take what resonates, tweak what doesn't, in terms of how to, I give them a template, a structure, and then we really like put it together. Well, really, I get them too. And then we test, right? We test what's working, we tweak what doesn't, and then try again. And so that's really what marketing is. All right. So personal method, sharing that on the masterclass. And then next, it's about illuminating the gap. So one of the mistakes people often do is teach people steps, like steps to self-love. All right. Now, that might be the title of your masterclass. I don't think that's a very sexy title, though, but let's just say that would be the promise. So the mistake, why is that a mistake? Okay, so think about, I like to use this example where if you were a personal trainer who helps people with mindset and nutrition as well. Okay. Now, the truth is, most people know what to do. Most people know they need to eat healthier. Let's say the goal is to lose weight, right? Eat healthier and exercise. Burn more calories than consume. Most people know that. So if you were to give them the step-by-step to do that, that's not going to be as valuable as, listen to this. Because here's the thing. Let me just put a side note. Since people know what to do, but they're not doing it. Most people know what to do, but they don't do it, right? Why? Here's where it's more valuable for you to deliver in the masterclass. You illuminate the gap. Why they keep staying stuck, why they keep self-sabotaging in this area. So again, back to this example, as a personal trainer, you want to speak to more around the beliefs about what keeps people stuck in moving forward into the plan that they already know what to do. All right. So that's going to be way more powerful, because when you illuminate the gap, you're showing people, hey, here's what it's really about. And if you want to dive in deeper, here's my program to support you to close those gaps so that you can take aligned action and have, here's the thing, we all know this, what's the word? Starts with an A, accountability, right? I mean, I know for myself what I need to do. Sometimes I don't take action. Yes, I know. Can you believe that? But it is so much more helpful and powerful for me to have a coach that lovingly gives me the steps and then says, okay, take action. Now, I can't, at the end of the day, it's about me taking radical responsibility. Yeah. That's the kind of clients I work with. So it's just like, yes, and you get so ignited to take that action because you have that guidance, you have the accountability. That's why I love to be and do with my clients as well. So much more fun. Again, fun. It's in my last name. If it's not fun, don't do it. You know, that's kind of like my philosophy. So coming back to this, okay, so illuminate the gap. Super, super important versus telling people step by step. Not as hot. You won't pull the yes out of people, okay? Now, another important ingredient is testimonials. Putting in client reviews, client wins that are associated with some of the ways and how you help your clients, illuminate that gap and then take action. And what are the results? Because based on results, that's what gets shared. Yeah. And so people who are in the audience, they're watching. And I always frame it like this. And when on the boot camp, when I was doing my training on the 8 P's of speaking for visibility, soul impacts, and soul income, I believe I shared about 4 or 5 client testimonials. Now, I framed it so that I said, I am sharing these testimonials because not only am I celebrating my clients, and I'm so proud of them, but I'm also sharing it because you might see yourself in the before picture of my clients. And I want to inspire you to see what's possible for you. If you follow me on Instagram at Bold Sexy Warrior, or even on this Facebook feed, on my Facebook group and also business page here, Rosalyn Fung Coaching Bold Sexy Warrior, go on videos and you will see a whole section on client love. On my website, rosalynfung.com, you will see a whole section of client love. Google my business. You will see all the client love, right? And you will see videos of my clients. So you will see I also shared, I'm telling you this in details because not only is this good for your talk, but this is good for your content marketing. Again, take what resonates, tweak what doesn't. Copy, okay? Copy what I'm doing. Copy successful people, but in your own authentic vibes and with your own content. Okay. So take testimonials, share. I think that so many people, this is part of visibility, are so scared to share their success because they're scared to feel like they're bragging. And here's the thing, my love. When you're so confident, it's going to look like bragging to the insecure. Let that land, right? Confidence looks like bragging to the insecure. You're not talking to those people. You're talking to your ideal clients who are struggling, and you're sharing with them what is possible when they work with you and they take action. Okay. And what results are possible. It's really, really awesome. I have clients who actually were part of Corey's boot camp, and they were on there and they were my testimonials too. And they were confirming, they're like, yeah, I'm having a record-breaking month. I've had clients who have tripled their income, quadrupled their income working together. Like that's not an anomaly. It's because they took action. I've had clients who never done a Facebook Live. I've popped their Facebook Live cherries, right? It's so fun. And put out master classes. These are all big celebrations. It's not just a monetary thing. It's really like the inside shifts. I always talk about the inside shifts are the most important, because if you don't shift those limiting beliefs into aligned beliefs about your next level CEO self, forget it. Right? It's the beliefs that need to shift inside so that you can take aligned action to unleash your next level bold, unapologetic self. And this is how you start to grow quickly your business, because you're not hiding. You're like, whoa, I am this bright, shiny star, and I am here to serve my ideal clients. You're the lighthouse turning on, okay? You're turning your business on. So it's really important. So client testimonials, really, really important, okay? Now, I know if you're starting a business, you might be like, but I don't have any testimonials. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is go and work with like 3 clients, and they could be beta clients where you're offering your service for less than you would normally charge, or for free for an exchange for feedback, and because a ROI, return on investment, at this point is feedback and a testimonial. Okay, video testimonial, written testimonial. I encourage all of it. And that way, now you have, not only do you have social proof, but more importantly, you have the confidence to know that you can do this. That's one of my advices that I gave uh, clients on the boot camp. Okay, if you're just starting out, start with practice clients. Even when I was learning the Akashics and I was getting certified, we couldn't charge for 30 days. We had to practice. And so I would have practice clients for 30 days, and it built my confidence so that by the time I could start charging, it was no problem, right? When I was a student psychologist, a provisional psychologist, which means you're in the process of becoming registered, we have to do, I don't remember how many hours, but I think it was like 1,500 hours of hours, and half of those had to be supervised by a registered psychologist who had at least 5 years of experience or more, right? So remember that this gives you the confidence, it builds your confidence in your art, in how your soul impacts, right? And eventually then it becomes so easy. It's natural for you. And then it's so easy. You have all these people who you've created impacts on, referrals start to come in. You have social proof. So testimonials are important. And you can toot your own horn as much as you want. I know most of you are shy too, but there's nothing like social proof that will take it to that next level. Okay, so it's very cool. And provide testimonials for other people as well. You know, I just had, recently I had a soulmate client come in, and she actually heard about me because I was a testimonial on one of my coach's sales pages. And she energetically felt attracted to what my words were, came onto my Facebook group, clicks on my masterclass. This is why marketing is important. Okay, your brand, your visibility. Watch my masterclass, got on the discovery call, and then boom, was in Soul Ascension Business Academy, right? It can be that easy, but you gotta be showing up. You got to be unapologetic, bold, strategic. All right. And that's what I help my clients do. So if you're like, I want to know how to do this and do it properly and not waste your time and your money, come and chat with me. Let's get on a business soul alignment discovery call. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the last important ingredient that I want to talk to you about today is the selling. Now, lots of people miss out on this piece. It is so important. That's why if you're leaving money on the table, if you're not selling. So what I mean by that is take the time to let people know about, hey, if you want to dive in deeper, here's how you can do this. Watch my masterclass and you can see me modeling this, okay? The link is in the show notes. And so I'm taking my time. When my clients are practicing the pitch and I'm watching them, I'm like, yo, you're rushing through it. Slow down, my love. Okay? Because you are proud about your program. This is something that is life-changing. It's transformative. It deserves attention. It deserves people to know about it. And so if you're rushing through your offer, you're like not talking about the details of it, okay, and there's a certain way to do it that I help my clients do, then you are doing yourself a disservice as well as the other people, because confused people don't buy. Also, do not make more than one offer. That gets people into buyer's indecision because you've got too many. Okay, even 2 offers? No, one. Get people on there, get them on a call, because then you can say, you know what, this program is better for you then. Maybe it's not the one I made an offer on, but let's co-create one, or this program is better. Just one offer, because confused people never even get on a call with you. All right? So I hope that this is super valuable for you. Now, what if you're in a stage, because I've been on many stages where I cannot sell, okay, what do? most people will allow you to share your freebie. Okay, so this is why it's really important to have a freebie, a lead magnet. So my freebie is my free masterclass. I also have a PDF, a sacred vision, journaling prompts. I also have client attraction checklist. Okay. Right now, I choose, again, it depends on the audience. You're going to choose what's best and what you have. People love checklists, by the way. If you don't have a freebie right now and you're like, just have a checklist. People love checklists. People love PDFs. Something that's really awesome. You can invite people into your Facebook group. But here's the thing. The most important thing is you get people into your email list because you own that. If something happened to social media and it disappeared, you still have email. Everybody has email, right? And so you nurture people there. Again, this is a different topic for a different day, but here's the other thing. The follow-up is important. You're leaving money on the table if you do not follow up with the registrant on your masterclass. Research shows that it usually takes about 4 follow-ups before somebody says yes. And I'm not talking about being pushy. God, no, please don't do that. Okay? There's a way to follow up that feels good for both parties or all parties. Okay. And so, in my talks that I've done in person, follow-ups have been what has been the most powerful. I've done 20-minute talks and closed $36,000 in sales. Why? How? Not right there, because of the follow-ups. I've done one soulful self-promotion statement, which is what I call the elevator pitch, and I teach that to my clients. Okay, one at a networking event, I closed a 10K client. How did that happen? Because my branding, this client had been following me for a while, and she had been watching my branding, my videos, my work that I've been putting out there, and she was ready. That's all it took, right? So divine timing is also a thing. This is why it's important to put your brand out there. What is it now? It's like people need to hear you 21 times, like touch points. That includes this right here, like a podcast. That includes a post. That includes an email before they even consider working with you. Now, that's not always the case, but I will say in general, people usually need to have that like, know, and trust factor. In general, okay? Not always. Like the client that recently just came into Soul Ascension Business Academy, she had never heard about me. But she clearly was ready. She was super ready. And she had actually asked Spirit for guidance. She was about to hire a different business coach, something that didn't feel aligned for her. And then all of a sudden, Roz pops up, right? So it is timing too, but she's also checking out my branding, my visibility, and like the way I'm showing up and aligned with her, because that was like what she wanted to also master herself in. So I hope that this was helpful. I'd love to hear your takeaways from today. DM me on Bold Sexy Warrior on Instagram. Tell me your takeaways. Grab my masterclass, How to Boldly and Unapologetically Market Your Coaching Biz and Attract Full Body Yes clients. I promise you, you will see all these components, see it from that perspective as well as what I'm teaching you in strategy. And do leave a review on Apple iTunes. I would love to hear your feedback from that, and share this with a business bestie that you know would receive lots of value in this. Thank you so much, my loves. I'm going to leave this with a light language activation to support you in your next level version of bold and unapologetic. So just taking a breath in, cleansing breath out, breathing in. And now aligning with your biggest takeaway right now. And then aligning your vision, seeing yourself speaking and selling and converting clients, seeing yourself doing this, being and doing. Sarakura si nirukura si narakura si nirakia morakura si. Marasi arakura si nirakia morakura si, clearing any fears. Morakia surukua, activating courage. Morakia surukura si nirakua, activating permission to step into your power. Breathe that in. Stepping into your power. Marakia surukura si nirakua, you're bold, you're unapologetic, sharing your message. Marasi nirakia surukua, feeling your aligned clients coming in now. Surukura si nirakia. Seeing yourself working with these clients, seeing the transaction of money, and then they're coming into your programs. You're serving, you're in your soul impacts. Breathing in, suspending your breath. And then, like a tree, grounding your breath on the exhale as if its roots deep into the soil of Mother Earth. Planting your next level version of yourself, your next level, bold and unapologetic. Beautiful, feeling that energy. And just regulating your breath. Thank you so much, my loves, for being here. I cannot wait to hear your feedback, your reviews. Thank you.